Yo, what's going on, guys? Snooze Man back here with another YouTube video, and today we're actually going to be talking about how you guys can use the best league settings to use before starting a franchise here in Madden 21. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward here. We're going to go into league settings, and we have a whole list here of stuff. Now it ranges all the way from skill level and all the way down to um, let me see, team settings. There's a lot of different categories, but I'm going to run down this whole entire list with you guys and what to touch, what not to touch, and improve your gameplay and all that. So I have it right here on skill level. Now, a lot of people like to play on all Madden that are very, skilled and seasoned within franchise mode. Now, for me, I keep it on all pro for the purpose of I don't like to lose a lot, obviously, and all Madden is just going to kick it up too far for me. So I feel like all pro is perfect. Game style. Now, a lot of people can, they can go arcade, competitive, all that. Simulation is the best for the best authentic, uh, usability. It's going to be perfect for you. It's going to be realistic. So all that's going to be perfect within your franchise. If you're looking more realistic wise, you want to get crazy with it like Mutt does. You can put it in an arcade and see how that goes. I'm not a huge fan of that, but league type, you can put it on all. That setting doesn't really matter. Now, this right here for trade deadline. Now, for me, I kind of go unrealistic with this, and I can turn it off. I love communicating with other teams and seeing what I can get, out of the most out of my team and assets at any point in time during the franchise. So I actually always turn this off. Trade type, you can enable all. This one doesn't really matter too much for me. But I think you should always keep it at enable all, nothing else. Coach firing, keep it there. That's perfect. Salary cap. Now, again, this is realistic or unrealistic, again, on or off. It's a big decision. It's 50-50. I've gone over a video on how to turn it off. You can also turn it off right here. But you can turn it off, but you can't turn it back on. You can turn it back on. Just leave it there. I would leave it on. Work with your money scenarios. If you come up with short of money to be able to pay your players and all that, you can reflect back on other videos on how to work yourself out of, bad cap and all that. Superstar abilities, I'd obviously keep on. That's a huge part of this game. It doesn't really matter too much. I'd say, yeah, any player relocation settings, normal, that's fine. Injuries, that's up to you. I like keeping these off. For me, I don't love keeping them on because there's so many injuries that can happen at any moment in time, and I'm more of a simulation kind of guy with my franchises, so I love to keep my guys, healthy and everything. It's just easier to manage, but pre-existing injuries, I'd love to keep off as well. I love to get all the players that are current within the game, that are playing on the team here. Let's say, a big time player is hurt. I won't be able to play with them if this thing is on. So I love to keep this off. Practice squad stealing. I think this is a really cool ability that they have in franchise mode. I feel like you should keep this on for sure. So I definitely would rock with practice squad stealing being on 100%. Go ahead and leave this on. Career clock. I'm going to disable no career clock scenarios will trigger for your league. I wouldn't really mess with that. Doesn't seem like you should, turn this off or anything, so that's fine. Player mode, if you would like to go into the route of just your player only, then you can turn that off or whatever, but that doesn't really matter too much. Roster protection, minimum roster size, you can turn this off. You can go all the way down to 20 players, or obviously like 30 players or something like that in a roster, and it would not matter if you're going unrealistic. Now you can turn this all the way up, keep going up until off. You can go up to 53 players, for your max, unless you just turn it off. But keep it at 46. Try to keep it realistic again, if you can, with the roster size. In-season player movement limit. User can add or remove. Unlimited. Now, you can change this. You can do 0. It depends on what you like other CPU teams to do. So, hopefully you guys don't mind it. I really don't. I don't think a lot happens with a franchise with CPUs or users or any of that, so I think that's fine. player overall cut restrictions. There's no restrictions. That's, that's fair. That's real life. Off-season player cut limit, unlimited. Yeah. Again, just watch how many people you are cutting or what type of signing bonuses you are cutting, so you're saving a lot on your money. Because you're gonna end up owing that player while you're cutting. He's just sitting at home or whatever. So make sure you guys are keeping aware of that. Dev trait management. We have breakout scenarios, 100%. You're not going to get great players to be who they are if you don't have breakout scenarios on, so keep that on. Development, trait, regression. Now, you can turn this off. Trait, regression, basically, older players get this. What happens is their overall goes down. They even lose a dev trait and all that. So it kind of gets a little tough. You can turn this off. They can have an easier time of remaining good throughout their career. This is one of those, rare findings in settings mode where, you can have older players stay good throughout their careers until they retire. So this is another really good option that you can have off, for unrealistic, but I kind of keep it on because I like to build my rosters around youth anyways. Desired XFactor, dev players. This doesn't really matter too much. You can change abilities at any point in time. I'm pretty sure you can for XFactors too. I could be wrong on that though, but I know franchise update did happen with the abilities, which is really cool. Again, this one doesn't really matter, any of that. Clock management, this is up to you. This is a huge thing for me. I like 6 minutes. I can even go down. I don't love to play more than 6. It just kind of gets too long for me in a Madden game, to be honest with you. Accelerated clock, if you guys don't like that, obviously you can turn that off. Minimum clock time 20, that's fine. None of this really matters too much because you're kind of doing it, manual, a lot of this stuff, unless you would really like your auto, like, to, do contract negotiations and scout players and, draft your players and all this and that. And that's up to you. I love doing manual. I love sitting down, and I love working throughout a franchise. I know a lot of people do like that. Last little section here is team settings. Now, I just did a video on tutorial pop-ups on how to turn these off. So this is another way, again, on how to turn these off. I love having these off. I hate having these on. It gets very annoying with the voice talking behind you and showing you tips and all that when you already know what you're doing. Auto progress players. You can do this 100%, but it is up to you. I like just manually doing it, and fill roster on. I think you should always have this on. So you can read that right there. When on, the CPU will automatically sign free agents for positions that don't have the minimum number of required players. I like having that on because I'm not going to go back and sign a player that's number 6 on the depth chart. It kind of gets annoying that way. So that'll help you out. But that is about it, guys. I ran through the table. Hopefully this gave you guys, a little bit of a better look at league settings before you start your franchises. But that will be it for today's video, guys. Our next sub goal is going to be 110 subs, so hopefully we can get to that point. But again, that will do it, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video.